Welcome back, boys, to RMTS. This is going to be one of the weirdest episodes that I think we've ever done. We're going to kick this off directly with
That's the
VTubers.
plan. We need engagement. We need people excited. Comment down below. How do you feel about the episode? What was your favorite topic? What topic should we cover? What's your favorite Reddit to just
Like and
go and shitpost
subscribe.
in?
Like and subscribe. Yeah,
Yeah.
the fact that VTubers are already killing Battlefield 6 when it was the best chance Battlefield's ever had is absolutely insane to me. The fact that it's a VTuber makes it even funnier. And, this shit looks stupid. And I'm just gonna play this without audio so that way everybody kind of can see it. But I wanted to get your impressions on this because I thought it was hilarious. This stupid little fucking cartoon thing, absolutely cheating. Just openly cheating over every single thing that they can fucking do. They are pinging so quickly across people. It's fucking ridiculous. I
That's
don't
the best part
understand.
right there. I already did a
Like,
video breaking it down. I'm actually working on a second video right now, which is why I was late to the show, because I was just like in the Matrix getting all these tabs and stuff. And then like
nah, you're
everything
good.
piled on. Like I got out a League of Legends video, I saw my Twitter, my dog wanted to go out, and then yeah, that's just like crazy. I found someone that was like, yeah, just compare it to Shroud's gameplay. So let me go and link you Shroud's gameplay that I actually already have pulled up somewhere. Yeah,
Sweet, sweet. And I'll throw it right back in here
if I
whenever
can
I get
just.
it.
Yeah, I'm
But
working on that.
whatchamacallit? No,
You can just watch the bottom screen as well. Oh, bro, that's if it looks like cheating, it's cheating in nowadays in gaming. And the thing is,
yeah.
like when you look at that, maybe as some kind of montage 10 years ago, you could mind control yourself, gaslight yourself into thinking that maybe that's just the highlights of like a week of gaming. But remember, this is just like 2 days into Battlefield stream, and they already announced 300,000 cheaters were banned.
And that's the thing is like number one, we're talking about a free beta. Free betas always have an issue. They just genuinely do. A lot of them are built off of the same anti-cheat from past games and everything else, and it's not going to get any better just
Look at that,
because it's
another
a new
snap to
game.
the wall.
Like he's just snapping. Oh, you knew the person was there? Okay, like absolutely. Sometimes that's
No
absolutely going to
recoil,
happen.
great.
You see how many times he's hitting heads? It's really kind of funny.
Hmm.
He's just popping heads. You can see the fucking damage. He changed the damage numbers as well. I don't know if you caught on to that at
I
the
didn't
end there.
catch that.
He changed it that way it just automatically adds up.
Mm.
See,
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
what it
Well,
from
I didn't know if
this.
that was like some kind of setting or whatever that people
Yeah,
were
I'm sure
doing.
it's a setting, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that he did it that way so that way it doesn't look so directly like, oh, head,
Hmm.
dead. And it's like, oh yeah, no, that's exactly what it was. And it's so stupid because these people literally aren't covering for themselves. They're not doing anything.
And well, it's also like thing is, if cheating was rare, but 300,000 players, and that's only what they caught. 500,000 people that touched Battlefield 6 were cheating. That's crazy, in just a beta. Now let's watch Shroud's gameplay.
He pushes guys off on the front side.
I don't want audio. Sorry, Shroud. Love you. Go check out Shroud. But and he's using a shotgun here. Yeah, this is totally easier, but like you can see him track the person instead of literally just beaming to them.
Yeah,
Like I don't
snapping while like pre-firing with perfect like tracking and everything. And the big thing to me is if you watch all the cheater clips from like Riley and now all these other people that are coming out, uh they're just standing in the open. But with Shroud, he looks at the target, moves to cover, then engages them with like good accuracy, and he's always moving, he's always positioning. He doesn't stand still in the middle of an alley and then go boop 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 boop.
Yeah, no, like he's absolutely trying to control what you're available to see, what you're available to shoot, how much of you he's available to shoot,
Yeah.
and playing to the
He
gun's
shows skill.
intent. The other dude is legitimately running around going face to face with fucking people with an AR when you're supposed to be touching people from mid range, and he's just up in there and he's not being damaged. He's
Hmm.
literally shooting people as they see him. It's like you knew. And there was box cheats literally the day the fucking beta launched.
Yeah.
So
Instantly cheating, which is why 500,000 accounts. Actually, not even throughout the entire beta. 3 days for like 300K confirmed cheaters. When it says that, it's like, oh, anyone that looks sus is 100% cheating.
and honestly, They are.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not even going out of their way to make it look good anymore.
Well, that's
Like
because
that-
they know the idiots will support them because streamer got 1,000 likes, which means he's fine.
That bitch Nadia, who ended up turning into an OnlyFans model, but she was openly cheating on fucking Warzone.
Yeah.
Was openly just cheating her fucking ass off.
That's actually in one of the videos her name came up.
Yeah, she
Oh, actually, no,
removed.
Kaylee. Kaylee, another cheater.
I don't know who that is, but Nadia was at a Call of Duty event.
Mm-hmm.
They walked up to her on stream and said, "No, you got to come here. You got to come with us." They took her off stream, told her to turn her stream off, and she was like kicked out of the event. Like this isn't shit that's surprising. Streamers do this all the time, and they're starting to crack down on all of it. They just are. Like, why is this surprising to you people? I don't grasp it. I don't understand. Like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
But
is it the same person? Because I see like a Discord, like someone named Kaylee on Discord, but maybe it was Nadia. Yeah.
But whatchamacallit? Honestly, if they get the cheater problem under wraps, Battlefield actually does not look bad.
Cheating seems like it's unstoppable. Like, you just buy a Cronus and then there's nothing that can be done about it. That's what ruined Warzone.
The funny thing is they use Cronuses for fucking competitive events because it removed half of the Bluetooth lag. Because if anybody in the fans had Bluetooth turned on, you could literally control the main stage controllers with your phone just by sending interference and shit. So it's like, okay, so they used to use these things, so we have them so broken down and understood to a different level that people are now just using them in a different way. But no, they were literally made that way.
Yeah, and then we got custom scripts and stuff, and then they just they get enough accounts banned where they find that line of however much aim assist is needed to just be a laser beam and be perfect.
Like, I don't understand the point. Like, I remember sitting there playing fucking Grand Theft Auto and, getting a tank because you wanted to fuck around for a little bit. You put in the button code, guess what? It's a single fucking player game and you're just fucking about. Okay, that's fine, whatever.
Me and my friends, we would do stamina competitions where we'd see who can do the inputs the fastest to not drown in the water. So we'd like jump in and then we'd do like auto health reset cheats and see how long people could go. That was fun.
And it's like, okay, you're fucking around. You want to know what you're doing? You're burning the game out for yourself. That's all you're doing. And
well, it's also when you're already burned out and you're like, all right, one last hurrah. How do I do with God power for a couple days?
Let's burn out all of the dopamine because fuck it. And it's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. But like, why the fuck are you doing that on a public fucking game? I don't.
Because they're worthless. They are nothing. That, like, I already broke it down, because, like, same thing happens with Pokemon. If WolfClick gets caught cheating at 2012 Worlds for having blatantly hacked Pokemon with the shiny, legendary, perfect IV, hidden power, all that stuff, 1 in 200 trillion odds Pokemon, if he gets caught, his life just moves on. He never cared about Pokemon. He was never a Pokemon fan. He was just there to steal money. So, like, you get banned, and then you just move on. No one cares about Pokemon. Same thing here, where it's like, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Because you are so worthless. You are starting at 0 as worthless. So you might as well do it. And if killing someone just makes them upset, you're worthless, so it actually is points for you. Because everything is better for your worthless life.
Well, and I said this in the past couple episodes, any engagement is positive. If I just make you angry and you just click on the video and then you say, oh my god, he's a cheater, you want to know how much that fucking matters? 0. I would get more affected by you not clicking on the video than you rage baiting yourself into clicking it and being like, oh my fucking god. Like, it's just brain dead to me. It's brain dead that so many people are like, okay, yeah, heard her, this is okay. Is the fucking cartoon on the screen so entertaining to you that is more entertaining than watching somebody like Shroud?
It creates a parasocial bond.
How does it create a parasocial bond?
For some reason, VTubing is just better than, like, actually seeing someone's face now because everyone's just broken. Like, see, that's the thing. We are functioning, adjusted, productive people, so we cannot even relate to someone so many levels below us.
Yeah, I thoroughly don't fucking understand VTubing still. I'm gonna create a VTube account just to see if I could do it. Because at this
We've already
point, I'm
talked
so
about this several episodes ago, where it's like it would be so easy to just generate all the things and then have it automatically, and then just dub over, and not even do like an episode. Just find separate topics to then make only exclusive like VTuberized content with, and it would
just
be
feels
almost
so
automatic.
stupid. It feels so stupid. It feels so retarded. It just feels like I could just phone it in. And goddamn it, I still don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
I
And
don't get
another thing about the
being that
cheating.
burnt.
Yeah. Another thing about the cheating is it's like, oh, they're just aimers. That this is the aiming community. And then it's like, oh, it turns out they're all cheaters as well. So they just, like, cheaters rebranded as aimers, did all these, like, stream highlights and clips and stuff to try to get all the attention. And then, for some reason, people are just so stupid and worthless that audiences, like, the audiences are as much to blame because they support this. They help create those
They're the
engagements and they push it in
aiming
the algorithm.
community? You mean aimbot?
No, they're just aimers. They do aim training. That makes them aimers. That's their whole thing, is they just practice aim training flicking, and that's why they're that good. No cheating involved. And idiots
Yeah.
actually fall for that.
Shroud totally wasn't a pro. I don't know millions of other people that were on aim trainer. You could be on an aim trainer and still, I guarantee you, you will never be that good consistently. You might 1 in a million hit something like one of those clips.
That's what I mean. It's
Because
like,
it's
yeah, I could imagine that
possible.
as like a montage after grinding it and dying 100 times just so you could go like left, right, left, right, left, right, and maybe get it. Like, yeah, if you were only playing for that, then you would see it. But also, this person streams, so you can see like this is happening regularly throughout their stream, or they're putting together a 2-minute long video over the course of one stream. It's like fucking cheaters, man.
Like, oh, you played for 2 hours and you hit 2 minutes worth of clips? That is garbage. Or you're cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know how long it takes people to do fucking montages in Call of Duty? Months. That's how it works.
Well,
It's
that's
a
how it used
month.
to be. Like, see, all these Zoomers, they weren't even sentient back in 2012, where you had to wait. It's like, holy shit, this dude uploaded. It's been 3 months, and it's just a 3-minute video.
Yeah, like you had the really, like, and this is where my mind goes. Like, you go to the highest of the high, you go to people like Pamaj, who are putting out like videos every 2 weeks. And it's like, dude, he's hitting a crazy clip and not missing the entire time he drops an entire mag. And that's the idea for the entire montage. Okay, that's a little bit easier than hitting fucking 720s or stupid shit like that. It's like that shit doesn't fucking happen every game. There's no fucking way it happens every game. I play video games all of the fucking time. It does not work like that. It just doesn't. That's bullshit. You're cheating. You're lying. You're a retard. You're watching a cartoon play a fucking game because you think the cartoon's cooler than somebody who is a professional playing games. I don't understand.
Side is that worthless now? It's great.
It really fucking is. And I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. It makes me want to bash my fucking brain in Minecraft. It makes me want to bang my head off the keyboard because these idiots have zero idea of what actually is playing the fucking game. Like, I was like, okay, you know what? And this is what I'm starting to do, is I'm going to take the stories and cool fucking topics and stuff like that and put gameplay behind them and run that on the gaming channel. So that way it spreads out the fan base and can get more people in here to watch the full entire thing. It's little work, but like
You
bigger
mean the
payoff.
Leafy is here strat? Like, it's kind of
Exactly.
incredible how you get 3 million views talking about doing Molly while just having parkour CS in the background. He cracked the code.
Exactly.
And then everyone started doing like Overwatch and stuff in the background, and it just worked. And then YouTube went, "Oh my god, this is too organic," and then they had to kill it. And now YouTube sucks.
Exactly. So we're gonna try that. But it's like, dude, if you watch some of my games, dropping 100 kills in a fucking demolition game, yeah, that's fucking cool. Do you want to know how many games of demolition it takes to drop 70, 80, 90 kills in demolition? Like 7 or 8, and I'm pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not an every game thing. It just isn't. And if you're hitting fucking 4-man feeds where you're not missing a single bullet with an assault rifle that has no fucking accuracy issues, dude, you're just lying.
Yeah, I know left Warzone, and this just happened randomly. It's might be loud. I don't know. I don't know how good your thing is set up for shorts. Let's see Zach's new layout.
The short layout or the video layout?
The shorts. What's a short video on YouTube that I
Okay,
just linked
give me
from
2
mine?
seconds.
Where it's just like, this is one of my best clips from playing Warzone for like 3 months straight. Oh, it might. Oh, it's close. Good enough.
Yeah, I think it shows the
Oh,
there we
nice.
go.
There it is.
Let me try this strawberry lager again.
No!
See if I like it.
Oh my
better
God.
this time.
Oh, I was
Tony
recording.
sounds-
Thank you.
Tony sounds spiritually affected.
No, wow, I
Wow,
can't.
Tony.
Wow.
Cheers, Friday. The holiest of all days. That really
No!
doing that.
It can't happen again.
Let me try this strawberry.
Just
The
two
distance.
shots out of nowhere
The
for like
distance.
400
Oh my
meters.
God.
Yeah, the 400
Oh,
meter
I'm
shot
sorry.
just randomly off
Tony
into the
sounds
distance
spiritually affected.
is crazy. You want to know the crazy thing? How many other shots that you hit 400 meters, even if they were like legit shots, where you're like, oh yeah, I do that all the time. Nobody does.
I landed one and lost my mind. And see, that's another thing about these people that I guess actually I can now integrate this into the video I'm working on, where it's like they just treat it so casually. They put on their hand cam where they're fucking twitching at like 100 sensitivity and it doesn't even line up, and they don't even act like anything they've done is accomplishments. Even though you can still see Shroud, like Shroud gets impressed, was like, oh, I fucking did it. Where these people, they're just like, yeah, flick, yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy when Sniper Wolf's fake gameplay montages are done better than you cheating on fucking live stream as a fucking cartoon. That to me is just a weird kind of situation when a girl who's not even playing the game can fake play the game better than you can when you're actually trying to play the game and try and look cool.
That's because your career used to be on the line. Now you can cheat and you just get more popular. Doesn't matter. I don't even know like how that makes someone interesting. It really is just the algorithm. Like, oh, this has more likes, this has more views, therefore it's automatically something worth watching, no matter how degenerate or immoral or corrupt it is. You just don't have to earn it or care. And like, there's no entertainment behind it. I don't understand how anyone can watch this.
I almost wonder if you take your face out of it, and this is like a thought process, obviously, but like I wonder if you take your face out of it, obviously then your looks don't matter. If you have an AI voice over whatever the fuck it's saying, then technically your voice doesn't matter. So it's not you that's making the content other than the story. And if the story has legs or you're good at storytelling, obviously then you can succeed. But it's like this dude is faking the gameplay. There is no real conversation going on in the background. How the fuck does that work? It makes me feel like smooth brain life is nothingness.
Yeah,
That's
the
what it
fucking
feels
sub
like.
90 IQ is actually just no thoughts. Cannot be trained, cannot be taught anything, no inner monologue, no free will. Fucking actually a quarter of the population is non-functioning.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird?
We've already talked
Like-
about it. Like I'm big on no inner monologue. I'm big if you can't see the mind apple. You're actually an NPC. NPC's explained.
Like, I completely understand that, you might not have an inner monologue for every single thing you think, or like you might have to verbalize what the fuck you're thinking. There are some fucking weirdos
Bro,
like that.
it's so weird when I see someone like that in the wild. Like a math question comes up, or you see them like repeating, talking themselves through it. I'm like, oh my god, they don't have an inner monologue. This is why it's such an agonizing experience.
But I'd rather somebody at least try and give themselves the feedback of what they're thinking than somebody who's like has no preconceived notion or thought at whatever they're fucking doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that to me is worse.
Yeah.
If I'm just I'm so
The other
shut
person's
in,
at least trying to be the main character instead of a total NPC that's given up. We were even talking about last time where I'm like, oh, I'm actually surprised at how much more my cognitive awareness is just increasing based off like YouTubes and arguments and debates and stuff, and then trying to actually apply comprehension skills. And like throughout my 20s, it just like blossomed. Like, oh my god, I thought I was like intelligent, but now I feel genuinely like smart and able to do cognitive reasoning. And I didn't think it would just sprout up when I'm 28.
And the more interesting thing,
Oh, and then the COVID
This-
actually fucked all that up. The brain fog knocked me back down to being a retard,
and,
but
and this is a weird fucking thing too, is you have that intelligence in your mind where you're absolutely thinking through everything and trying to perceive the things and everything else. And then there's a whole subconscious logic that you have on top of that.
Hmm.
Now imagine there's some people who don't have either of those at all.
It's
And
just
it's like,
emptiness.
fuck.
It's just
Fuck.
emptiness, and then they go, the cat girl isn't cheating, you're wrong. Or they are that worthless to where, like, they know they can't think, they know they can't function, they can't develop. That's another problem, like, they can't create skills. They have no skills in their life. So they have that frustration inside of it as well. They can't function, they're probably not taking good care of themselves because they don't understand how health and nutrition works, and all those basic things. And then they're just like, cat girl make me smile, therefore better, no cheating, or all they can do is rage bait. Since you are of more value than them, you getting upset means they win.
And that I don't understand either. Like, if you want to sit here and have an intellectual conversation of like, oh my God, this is bullshit. If
They're
you
tired
come
of
back at
losing
me-
those.
If you come back at me and say, hey, I enjoy watching it, I enjoy that person, that shuts down 80% of your arguments. You know what I'm saying? You can say, hey, that person's bad. You probably should find somebody better. I don't like your moral character because you like this person. And that's a good argument back. But then we're talking about preference. And preference is just that, a fucking preference. If your argument isn't preferential and you're going moral, you are on the moral right in a lot of these arguments. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, preference is not an argument. It's just your choice. You fucking numbskull. And it's just like, you can't use your preference to argue a moral observation. That's not how that works. Things are factual.
And then people will say, like, everything's called an opinion now, even though it's like, no, it's not an opinion. You're objectively wrong, and now you're defending that. Or, like, I'm speaking the truth, and you're calling my fact an opinion because you're just an idiot. Next topic. We've talked about this for 20 minutes. I think everyone gets it. Gotta keep it fresh. This new era of RMTS.
New era. So
Season
back
3.
to video games. Super Smash Con is absolutely getting smashed currently, as it should. It should be demolished and removed. Sorry, BMoo's friend of the show. Smash is not coming back. It's getting smashed and probably needs to get gotten rid of. So they have absolutely allowed this, which is disgusting to me, to happen and be allowed. Why is that at a family-friendly fucking event at all?
Yeah, like the weird thing about gaming communities is that they've all just become like fetishistic. It used to be locked out that we don't allow this. That you have like, and even if you're trying to be edgy got canceled out, and now it's just straight on sex content.
So in the comments over here, it says, "Let it have been an actual woman in sexy lingerie, and it wouldn't have been a problem, and it would have."
That's
It would
a
have been a
weird
problem?
thing.
You're an idiot. Number one, I don't think you could type. I think you were trying to say it wouldn't have been a problem. And yes, it absolutely should have been.
That's it. Like you can never like a girl would not be allowed to do that. We've lost booth babes even. We don't get all the fun stuff, but a guy can do that and get away with it, and then becomes a protected class. I don't like it.
Once again, if kids are at the event, this should not happen. This should
And it's
not be
always been an
available.
all ages kind of thing, especially for stream because it's Super Smash Bros. It's a video game.
Like, and I go into the like thought process of like, okay, I'm a dad. How do I perceive this? I don't even like the skanky fucking Halloween costumes being around the kids and shit like that. And now it's even portrayed towards them.
At least that's only one day a year where it's like, yeah, I get it, kind of. This is like your go free kind of day. Instead of, oh, now every event just has some dude looking like that. Great.
And it's just like, okay, number one, there's so many different levels of this where I am uncomfortable, but let me hyper focus on some of them. Why the fuck is it happening at a family friendly event? Last time I checked, any time that there was any level of nudity to this level, even on a movie or TV show, it was PG-13, which means this event should be age gated to PG-13 at minimum. Number two, you're not a fucking character. You're not Princess Peach, who's dressed like Whore Peach. You're not like Fox, who is like some corny, sexy fox. You are just goth manslut, and I don't fucking like it. Why the fuck is this at a fucking con at all, let alone a family fucking friendly thing?
Let alone on stream getting broadcasted because you're an admin.
Like, what the fuck? How the fuck does that work?
Degeneracy
fuck-
one.
And I don't even understand why degeneracy wins.
Because all the weird movement, the whole liberalism, getting all this acceptance online. Like you're again protected class. You can't do or say anything about it, and then everyone just decides to let their fetishes out.
Like, what happened to being fucking somewhat like protective of you? Like, I understand that that's what they were trying to get rid of. I get that. Like, let me not sound like a knuckle dragger
I get
at
like
all.
the protective of you, but yeah, like now everyone's got an OnlyFans and they ruin their lives instantly, thinking they're going to make 10K a year, and now all their friends and exes just get their pics for $5, and then they crash out.
And then you have the smart ass people online being like, bitch, I get more from Netflix than I get from you. Why would I pay $7 for you if I could just pay for Netflix and go on Pornhub for
Get
free?
and get the entire library of Naruto. Yeah, let's go.
And it's just like, none of the world genuinely makes sense in that way. Like, why is this accepted at all? Like, I guess Drag Time Story
That
Hour
was
is
just where
accepted too.
Yeah, that was where
But
the culture war went.
And it's just like, I'm so happy it's going backwards. I'm so happy
Yeah.
everything's fighting. I'm so happy everything's pushing back the other way. But it's like,
Well, we see
these
what
people are-
happened. We're like, okay, let's give you your chance. You say you're oppressed. You say you want equal representation and you want your rights and stuff, even though you've never had rights we didn't have, or we have rights you don't have, kind of thing. It's like, be yourself. Be who you are on the inside, and we'll judge you for that. And then it got out of control. We gave them a chance,
well, I think the bigger thing is,
and then they have to dress up half naked, not even half, like that's 3/4 naked in front of children the second they get the opportunity to, and then we're not allowed to criticize it.
and this might be an interesting conversation. So when you hit like 20 years old, I think every dude has the idea of like, dude, I wonder if like my life could be like a porn video. Like, oh, sex is available all the time. Titties randomly pop out. Like, it's just, oh, like girlfriend finally moves it. Like, you finally get out of like your kid mindset of like being underneath your parents. And you're like, oh, that's what adult life is like a corn video. But it's not. That's not what life is. And I think that realization hasn't happened to a lot of these people yet. Is like they're still trying to live it like it's a fucking throwaway account on corn.
Well, that's because that's all the internet is. The internet is just corn now, and that's their entire life growing up through the internet. Second they like turned 13, 14 and realized how to get free access to it. For a decade their entire life is that, and then it turns out they want to become a cat girl and then wear lingerie on a live stream for children. That's all their life knows.
But it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
They never had a chance to be normally socially adjusted.
But I don't think that's just social adjustment, because I think it's a normal thought that at least every dude, I don't know about chicks.
Like I said, that wasn't mine. I wasn't like, oh, I can now live the sex life I wanted. The thing is, I had thought about this recently. Like, what did people do before the internet? I think that was the entire 80s. The entire 80s was go to the bar for hookups, and then you actually just live the porn life. But now, not anymore.
Exactly. But I'm saying, like, when you get your girl to move in and, you know, you start moving forward in that relationship and stuff like that, I think that's why there's so many relationships breaking up like that. Oh, he thought that sex was an everyday thing. He thought sex was an every week thing. And then it collapses almost. Like, you hear it so often that everybody kind of, like, hyper focuses on just sex. And that's not what an entire relationship is. And
I'm trying
that's
to
what
think,
you
like,
get.
but it kind of was that because everyone in high school was just banging all the time.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't disagree with that sentiment. That's the point, is like, when you finally get out of high school, you're like, oh, titties are just always going to be in front of me. Life is always just sex. And then you grow out of it because it becomes more of a consistent thing instead of something that you have to like fight for and go hide underneath a blanket or hide underneath the fucking bleachers or in the backseat of your car.
I wonder how much biology plays into it. Like your actual body, the individual cells in your DNA are like, bro's blown like 100 loads. He needs to be a father by now, right? Calm it down.
Maybe.
I wonder if there's actually just a clock in there.
No, for men, there is no internal clock. You have a monetary clock, not an internal clock. That's not how that works. But no, like, it's just, to me, it's weird. It's weird that it's so, like, in our face. And everybody's like, oh, I accept it. You accept it because you accept the same weird, different shit in your life, too. And I'm not saying that is weird and unacceptable in whatever way you fucking are. But at the same time, I think everybody is starting to say, hey, this isn't okay.
Well, that's
What
because we've
this-
had like 8 years of a metaphorical gun to your head saying like you're forced to accept it or you're canceled off the internet.
and like it's weird. It's so weird to me. And I don't know if it's a grift or not. It probably is. But when you see people like Milo that were talking about being gangbanged by priests, and now he's like, dude, stop fucking being degenerate online. It's disgusting. It's so fucking interesting to see the difference in like the people that follow it.
I've got a lot of thoughts like that, and we're maybe 2 years removed from being able to talk about it without consequence because we can't say the truth.
But it's so interesting watching the difference because that's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
It's growth. It's not only growth of like the person by person shit,
I mean,
but it's also the growth of culture.
even like through Milo's own journey, where like I don't think it was a grift in the beginning. He thought he wasn't damaged by being blanked as a
absolutely.
kid, so that was just his life. And the thing is, it's like that is incredibly common. That is a majority of the stories and the circumstances. But you're not allowed to say that because now it's like, wait a second, that's critical of what's going on. And I'm a furry. Most of people I've known are gay, and all their stories are the same as well. Something minor, something controversy, drama, and then now half of them are going the other way. I've seen people go from gay to trans to non-binary, just complete self-hatred. And they were like Milo in the beginning. When they were like full in their pride phase, they were just like honest, like, yeah, this happened when I was 16, and then I something, and now I'm like fully in my whatever phase. And like they were all in, and they were happy to tell their stories, and they thought it was just beautiful thing to be gay. And then after that, the self hatred kicks in around late 20s ish, and now they're nothing. They don't even want to be straight. They don't want to be binary. They're gray, and that's half of them. And that's my lived experience of knowing mostly gay people because I'm a furry.
Yeah.
And we see it with Milo in the public. So I was like, fuck.
Well, Milo turned fucking straight.
Yeah.
He denounces anything degenerate at all. He challenged Nick Fuentes to a fucking baby off, which is hilarious. Whoever can conceive more kids by 2026 gets $100,000. That's fucking hilarious.
That is like the most nationalist thing I could imagine.
But it's like, it makes me wonder what's going to happen with Zoomers growing up because we know they're going to at some point.
Well,
We
the thing
know
is,
that
they
there's
have
going to be a step
completely
after
fractured.
this.
Because Gen Z is like the most conservative generation, but Gen Z is also 1/3 LGBT. And the other 66% are the complete opposite against that.
Well, I think our generation's like 50-50 too.
No, like millennials are 20% LGBT, Zoomers are 1 in 3 now. It's wild.
Yeah.
V's doing a lot of heavy lifting, though.
It's just, it's so interesting to look at this shit because it makes me wonder, is it something like growth? Because like even KJ, who we had on a few weeks ago, she's like, oh, openly, my entire views were warped by the people I was around. As I went more and more out and more forward towards LGBT stuff, and I was around more and more forward LGBT people, my perception and everything else went more and more left. So as these people fall out of these groups and everything else that they put themselves in, they're gonna end up feeling like they're fucking lost. Like every
People
single
are
one of the,
impressionable and being used for politics? Who would
Crazy,
have
isn't it?
guessed? Yeah, never would have thought.
it's just so surreal. It's
And also,
surreal
as
to
we
look
see
at
with
it.
like it's one of those things where I think people take the commentary too far when they make it about like the identities, but it is this one thing where like, oh, I got caught in controversy. I'm ally now, or I'm just straight up gay or trans, and that's like how people naturally respond because they know they can deflect something off of it, and that's like not a good sign.
No, like who you are as a person or the things that have happened to you as a person or your mental illness is not a fucking defense, you fucking smooth brain retards.
But it works because that's how the internet has been over the last decade.
But that it just leads to fucking numb shit. It leads to I can be a snobby bitch because I have BPD. That's all it fucking leads to. It leads to I have no accountability because
Yeah.
I have these letters after my diagnosis. Therefore, I am. And it's like, you're not your diagnosis. You're not an asshole because you're fucking ADHD and autistic and everything else. You're ADHD because you're a fucking asshole.
I was saying that
it.
back in 2014, 2013, where I'm like, man, all this self-diagnosis to be like, what can you do? I have depression, brain chemicals, can't fix it. Nothing you can do. It's just me, and that's it. Same thing where it's just like, I got these autistic traits, so can't have accountability. That's just my brain, can't be fixed.
It's like you have traits, you have fucking actions, you spurg out every now and then. What's so hard to say? I'm fucking sorry. Hey, these things happen when I'm around. Okay, maybe let somebody fucking know what they are instead of just saying I'm autistic. You could go from anywhere
Oh,
from
but that's
being
ableist. You gotta accept their broken brain. You gotta
and
accept if they're causing problems and it's not their fault because, again, they can't do anything about it. Their head can't be fixed. But they have to still be treated as a human, despite giving themselves all these negative attributes.
and they should. They are a fucking human, but at the same time, you're dehumanizing yourself. You're giving yourself the traits and the diagnosis, and that means that I am. You saying those things
Oh
is
yeah, they break
dehumanizing
themselves.
yourself.
Oh, people hate me because I'm like, I think I've even said it like in my first couple appearances on the show years ago before I was even a co-host, where I'm just like, I'm in the camp of 95% of depression isn't real. Actually, diet well, exercise, and treat, like, self-affirm yourself, and your mental problems go away. Unless it's like an extremely severe case, which is going to be close to 99% of people don't have that.
Well, I think a lot of it. I think a lot of it. A lot of the diagnosed depression currently, and this is even coming from me who does a mental health podcast and is very, very open about my mental illnesses and stuff like that, is entirely because they weren't fucking loved as a kid. They don't fucking love themselves.
And
And they
just
don't
like all these other
fucking
things,
know
it
how
goes
to.
back to what affected you during your development. And all these other cases where it's like grooming being so prevalent in a community and then creating a self-fulfillment of that community. Why can't we talk about it? Oh, because it makes
So
it look bad.
so then you go into the situation now where we have all these depressed adults and shit like that. It's because everybody wants to go and look for validation somewhere else instead of saying, okay, I'm good enough. Or, okay, I'm overweight and I don't like myself, but I love who I am as a person. Let me fix the things about myself I don't like.
That's
It's
too much
now
work.
become, no, it's now even become not just there's parts of me I don't like. You're not allowed to say there's parts of you at all that you don't like. You either have to blanketly 100% accept yourself or 100% want to throw yourself in the trash, and
Hmm.
that's where depression comes from. Is like,
Yep.
because if you see, if you don't like being fat, if you don't like this, you don't like that, you don't like your reaction to something, all of a sudden now it is 100% stop. You're not valuable, nobody cares, and blah 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 blah. That thing doesn't matter anymore. And it's like, it doesn't you make it that way.
And you get free affirmation by going online and then putting that in your bio or just complaining about it. And then it's like, no, it's not your fault. And then everyone that's miserable drags you down with them for their own affirmation as well. Like, oh, it's just another person. Everyone's depressed. Must be society. Nothing can be done about it. Here's another proof. Another person joins the fray on this one. Which is like,
And
you
it's
know
just
what?
like,
If you just weren't in like this mess online all day, take a multivitamin for once in your life, get some vitamin D, that's what's fucking you up. Go out
drop
for
the
an
sugar that you
exercise.
intake by like
Yeah.
half. You know, do something that you fucking like. It doesn't even have to be go outside. If you enjoy
It's
fucking playing
actually go
video
outside.
games,
That's a lot of it.
oh, I agree. But like, if you enjoy playing video games and you don't ever give yourself the time to do the thing that you enjoy doing, give yourself an hour to do it. Feel better about yourself. Feel better about the choices that you make.
See,
If
that's
you want
another
to
thing.
sit
Like,
here and
depression causes you to waste time and then be like, oh, I sleep more because I'm depressed, or I lie in bed and I'm sad and stuff. It's like, well, actually, if you just start to unwind that and give yourself a little bit more time, that becomes the positive feedback loop you're so desperately missing. I
yeah,
don't have an hour in the day because capitalism is late stage and everything's $1 billion. As you said, crying 3 hours about it on Twitter every day.
and you know, you take an hour long shit while you're at work because you don't feel like doing your job because you're bad at your job and you don't care. Oh wait, So you're saying I had 7 hours worth of the day to piss away and I gave it all away regardless? Oh, damn. It's not that complicated.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
not that complicated.
that goes into another thing about like my brain expanding over the last decade in ways I couldn't imagine. Where it's like, oh yeah, you just actually have to like like use critical thinking to understand yourself and your body and like figure it out. Again, like a multivitamin, if you're not taking one and you're not taking vitamin D and some fish oil, like you need to do that immediately and start thinking about yourself and how you can improve. But these
And
people, as we talked
honestly,
about, 90%, not 90%, but like half of them are NPCs. They can't even think through ways of making themselves better.
and if you sit here and you drink Monster, you drink soda, you drink shit like that, it isn't a fucking bit. And I'm going to be honest, I love G Fuel. We're currently not signed. Go to fucking G Fuel. Buy a fucking drink, use code Verlisify, use code RMTS, get 20% off. Right now, they're not paying us. I'm going to be honest with you. But you want to know how much better you fucking feel? If you're already consuming the drinks to get caffeine, you already consume coffee and you drink it so that way it's fucking syrup. Go get something that will genuinely fix part of what the fuck you're struggling with, which is what you fucking consume.
Well, you also have to use it in that way as well, because there's actually like a lot of vitamins in there. There's like an antioxidant complex. Those
Yeah.
B vitamins get your brain kicking, and then it's also not just crap and sugar, which is nice. But like, I take G Fuel for the stimulus so I can think better. I don't just take it and like how people, again, that's another brain off thing. Don't brain off your life where it's like I just have my coffee, I just have my Monster, and then I slog through my day and I'm still depressed. No, you power up with it, and then you try to make everything better with that extra energy and cognition.
Or if it is your brain off things where you're like, okay, I do this and then I do this and then I do this, make the fucking choices and put the thought process into the making the fucking choice when you start making the fucking choice. If you say, okay, every morning, this is what I do every morning, I'll fucking lay it out. I wake up, I decide if I'm taking my ADHD meds today or not. Do I need to fucking be a person?
You just kind of like
today?
self-evaluate. It's like, is this a med day?
Well, how much do I have to do today? Or is it just being entertaining and keeping people happy? If it's just keeping people entertained and being happy, I don't need my meds today. Tomorrow,
It's better if I'm off my meds.
Exactly. Because I'm able to fucking explode my fucking energy instead of it being like consumed slowly throughout the day. So I understand completely exactly how my brain works. But I decide, okay, is this a med day or is this not a med day? And 95% of the time, I choose right. 5% of the time, absolutely shit the bed on it. Should have taken my meds 5, 6, 7 hours ago. I would have been better. Then make myself an energy drink or G Fuel. I don't know why the fuck that car's going off. Is it mine? Nope, not mine. We're
Good. Nice.
So like then I sit there, I make a G Fuel, I make a fucking bagel, and I eat a fucking bagel for breakfast with my beautiful girlfriend, sit outside in the fucking sun and eat our breakfast together every single day that it's not raining or gross outside. Because that consistency to me means something.
And you already have 90% of people beat, because if they're on ADHD meds or if they're on like depression medication, they just default take the pill, thinking that it's going to cure them, thinking that that's like, yep, that's all I need to do because my brain doesn't work. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm a slave to the pharma, and then they don't create a routine. They don't think about how they need to impact their own lives. They just pass it off to someone else.
Well, depression medication is different. Because it's
It is, but it's also kind of like how it got on them, and yeah, it is habit forming, and if you break it off, it just makes you worse. But again, it's just like brain off, didn't consider anything about themselves, self-diagnosed, got a doctor to just affirm it, because they'll give you the pill because they're getting money to put you on the pill, and then
that's what I was going to say is
not understanding where it's just like, well, you didn't need it, and now you need to figure out how to function potentially without it if it isn't like. But then why are you on the bad one that's going to kill you if you get off of it kind of idea? You weren't thinking then. So just bad. Like, people just
to me
default.
SSRIs should not be given out like candy. To me, SSRIs are more of a problem than ADHD medication.
Oh, absolutely. Like that's like the hidden epidemic in the country, and it makes everything make sense. That's why everyone has BPD because they've given it to themselves through a pill.
I wish that was true. So when you look at SSRIs as a whole, it takes away everything that's negative and rounds it off.
Yeah, we talked about
it also
this.
takes everything that's positive and makes it fucking gray. So guess what? Everything looks like I'm shitting right now. That's about how happy I am. It's like, oh my God, I went through a hard shit today. And if that's the biggest excitement I have in my life, that's not what kind of fucking life I want. And if your emotions are so erratic that you need everything to be rounded off into feeling like you took a good shit today, you have a very shitty fucking life and you really should work on it. But if you're ever going to go on any medication that is any bit habit forming, regardless of ADHD, SSRIs, or anything else, you should be your doctor's biggest critic. How long do you think I should be on this medication? How long do I need this to function? And how long should I actually be not putting in the work to better myself once the medication starts?
It is weird that people like take a diagnosis as like a permanent condition.
And like some of them are. But you want to know what that percentage is? Like 20%.
Like I said it's 5%. There's no way people are that ill. That's
Yeah,
why I'm
even
also
though-
saying, like, yo, all these people getting put on the SSRIs, they're creating their own BPD because everything's gray and they just go insane.
Well, BPD as a whole is the worst to me, other than like seeing shit and hearing shit, which is schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder, schizopersonality disorder. BPD is one of the worst mood things that you can deal with because it's not say it is. Imagine Split on the fucking TV. That's what it is. Other than it being a different person, it's a different version of you every single time you get affected and you split. But it's completely done through trauma and stuff like that. You have to break off different parts of yourself to be a different version of you that you can protect in that situation. But like, even that one, which is one of the hardest ones to handle in a situation, I think it's like 80% you can cure within 16 years of diagnosis.
Mhm.
With
I've
just
actually
hard
done a
work.
huge dive on BPD to try to like figure out some things. So I'm just like noticing trends, and I've also had like experience with things going on with that. So I was like looking into it, I'm like, oh, it actually almost naturally cures itself by the time you're 40. Like it just tails off into the late 30s if you aren't like in the worst of it. But then that also kind of shows it's curable. And there's plenty of Reddit threads. Like I was on the BPD Reddit for days, just kind of like making sure I try to inform myself on these things. Like when we had our ADHD discussion, and I'm saying like, and I don't say, oh, all depression is fake. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I think I'm reasonable saying 90%, 95%. I'm not completely asympathetic. I'm not a total asshole about it. So I did the same thing on the BPD dive, and that's why I'm just like, the amount of people that display this and just completely lose their mind has to be tied to SSRI intake in some capacity. That yeah, like legitimate, serious, born with it, traumatized BPD, very bad, but again, probably 5%, and then the rest, and maybe 10% because it's a bit more of like a rare thing,
Well,
so it has like a
0% is born with it. So let
oh
me
wow,
say this.
really? So there's actually no trait. See, that's. But if you're on Reddit, people are going to say that oh, born this way, and then my dad
Yep.
was the final nail.
So go ahead, hold me to the fire. I've done a lot of research on this. I was the one that helped my ex get diagnosed with BPD.
See, I like how there's like two lines of research and then different things where you said like, oh, I wish that was true, and I'm just like, nah, man, SSRIs are kind of like that extra little thing that causes people to shatter.
I think SSRIs as a whole, when you suppress the positive of somebody's life, it makes them less reactive to actually seeing the positive in life. So then you're in a self-defeating cycle of not being able to push out of it. I think SSRIs as a whole, if you are actually in the severe depression of you can't fucking put it together, SSRIs probably do help that. I couldn't completely understand logically
Yeah.
how that would work.
Where if you can only go to like 2 out of 10 on your own, no matter how hard you try,
Exactly.
all right, we'll gray you out to a 4, and you're just always better.
If you're smoothing out a fucking hill that is literally just a bump of like your ass cheek into like flat land, that's fantastic because you're also picking up the mountains that are fucking underground that you're falling, that you know what I'm saying? That's actually beneficial. But if you're
Yeah,
taking out
like if your
sevens and
valley
eights-
looks like this to just get like this much of a high, and you're canceling out fucking camera.
But so
Oh, I know what fucked me up. I wasn't looking at the camera. I was looking at the
Yeah.
video. Yeah.
So just so everyone's aware, so some people get fucked up with bipolar disorder and bipolar 2 and borderline personality disorder. Borderline personality disorder is what BPD is considered. Everything else is BP or BP2. Just that way everybody's kind of aware.
Well, that's like
they're
another big thing.
misdiagnosed
It's like,
for each
oh,
other.
BPD isn't bipolar, and it's barely related to bipolar. Like, it
Oh,
has,
There is very, very similar symptoms,
Mhm.
especially in people that have
but it's
ADHD.
completely different.
Chemically, it's different, but like physiology wise and like symptom wise, completely the same. There is actually more correlation in between ADHD and borderline personality disorder and trauma than there is in most other things. Because if you have ADHD or autism, the world as a whole is not made for you. So essentially, every single day, you're being traumatized over and over by the world just being fucked up and different from what you can actually like accept fully. So you legitimately could be diagnosed with borderline personality disorder because you have autism. And you're more likely to have it by like 80%. So you go from just not being able to handle yourself and being spurgy a little bit to just being allowed to be an asshole always, and that blows my fucking mind.
Mm-hmm.
But did I ever tell you about the story about how I got my ex diagnosed with BP2? From BP2 to BPD?
No.
So we went down to Walmart, and we went down for like 2 or 3 things for dinner, and like soda and like the normal stuff. We fully got our shopping done, and we forgot like 2 things. And she had a panic attack when we got in the car, because we had like $100 to spend, and we spent like $92, but we missed out on like 1 or 2 things that we needed for dinner that night. And we're like a mile or so from Napa, and as we pass Napa, she just like loses it and goes completely silent, like dead silent, like didn't say anything. She was there enough to drive, but wasn't there enough to have any conversation. It was just silence. And we got about like 4 or 5 miles down the road, and she's like, "What just happened? What did we do? Like, where are we?" I'm like, "Wait, pull over, please. We have a big problem right now. Pull over, please." She pulled over, and I'm like, "So you don't remember anything about what just happened?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, you just fucking lost it and had a huge ass fucking meltdown because we got a 2-liter bottle of soda and a fucking ShamWow, and you forgot this, this, and this." And she's like, "Oh my fucking, what?" So we go into the therapy office, and I'm like, "This is what happened." And I told him, I was like, "There's like 3 different versions of her. There's this version, this version." And I was like, and it seems like when she has panic attacks, it triggers the different versions of her to come out and everything else. And that's what it seems like from the outside, what is changing these things. There's not like a blend in them. It's a fucking light switch. And that they're like, that's the diagnosis difference. The fact that somebody else could pinpoint it and be like, it's like a light switch is changing, not, okay, pull here, pull
Yeah,
here.
not like
and then it
happy,
blends.
sad, and then just kind of like moving through that for the bipolar. You know, it's not bipolar, it's different personalities.
Yes, it's door open, door closed. And they're like, whoa. Thank
Yeah,
you for
it's not the
explaining
same
that.
person being happy or sad, it's different.
They don't remember what the other one did. Like, and that was the hardest part in my marriage, because I couldn't realize what was real I don't fucking remember, and
Yeah.
real I'm just being an asshole. And I do remember I don't want to be held accountable for it because it makes me look bad, because both are possible every single time.
Man, that level of disassociation while driving must have been terrifying. That's why you're like, pull over, we need to figure this out.
This happened after, okay, so this was like probably like 2 years before this. I went to work, and we were sitting there talking. We had a great conversation, just a normal sitting there bullshitting back and forth situation. She goes to drive me up to the door and drop me off. And she's like, "You know what? I don't want you to go to work today." And she starts driving off with me in the passenger seat still, saying that I'm not leaving. I can't leave. She needs me now. So she's trying to fucking kidnap me as we're driving out of the fucking parking lot. So I open the door and fucking combat roll out of the fucking way of the car, because I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. And it's just like, well, that totally screams abandonment issues at BPD. It's right there. Why the fuck? did
Yeah,
nobody
like,
see it?
oh, you leaving triggered that.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh fuck. And it's like nobody cares. Nobody cares. It just is what it is. It's just like, this is fucking hell. Does nobody get this? Does nobody honestly get this? And it's just like, that's how you guys should be seeing this. That's how it works. I just wish somebody saw it that way because it makes more sense if you actually understand what it is instead of just labeling yourself.
Oh yeah,
as
that
it.
that was like night and day. Like when I came out of my deep dive, I was just like, "Oh, that wasn't depression. Oh, that wasn't bipolar. Oh, I need to this needs to be navigated entirely differently."
Yeah, and there is such a fine line in between actually helping them and completely enabling their bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And that I think
Because
that's where I go put my blame on SSRIs, like that being the enabling.
oh, absolutely, but like a lot of them can be taken care of with just therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So like if they're jumping into medication first, it has to be for the depression and stuff like that in order for their moods to be stabilized.
Mm-hmm.
And they should be on mood stabilizers, not SSRIs. But it also can cause more problems. But
One
yeah,
thing that
it's
is refreshing is that the Reddit BPD community is actually just kind of like, oh no, you can actually be cured. Whereas if you go to like any other Reddit community, they're like, no, there's no cure, there's nothing you can do about it. Here, come wallow with us. Every like when we go on the gifted thing and everything is like, did you know there's a 90% correlation with being gifted in autism? Here's the chart. Oh, look at us, we're all autists. Ah!
it just makes me frustrated because it's like, yeah, you're fucking broken. But just because you're broken doesn't mean that you're invaluable. It doesn't mean that you should just throw it away and life is garbage and I'm going to burn everything down around me. But it also doesn't mean that you shouldn't fucking apologize for the things that you do and understand that not everybody's going to be a fucking douchebag to you and say that you did shit that you didn't do. And that's where a lot of it comes from for me and what I dealt with. And it might not be everybody's situation with BPD and shit like that, but it's like, dude, that shit, that some of the worst years of my life
Oh yeah.
because it is just so chaotic and painful and such a struggle.
Yeah, another thing is there's also like success stories, like how I conquered my BPD. I did it. Success story. Like success story is actually a tag that they can have or a flare, which is
But
pretty cool. And then people are asking, is it curable? I linking it to alcoholism.
Yeah, it is absolutely curable, but I wish that it was the person's like significant other that was telling the story because the hardest part about BPD is being the significant other because either you're their favorite person in the moment or you are no longer on a pedestal at all. You're a demon. And it's not just the people that are right in front of them that they will tell their most intimate feelings about you, and they are not real at all.
Yeah.
They will tell every single person that will listen to them because they want to destroy you because you're not next to them and you're not cared about them by them right
And
now.
it's really hard when like you're trying to be like, hey, we can't enable these things, and then that makes you the villain. It's cool.
So it cycles the exact situation that you're trying to heal. Yes, exactly. Thank you for picking
Well,
up
that's why I
on
mean
that
that's why I
completely.
like coming out of that deep dive where I'm just like in the Matrix going like, what is all this? I came out like, fuck.
Yeah, and it
I'm a
makes you
victim
so-
actually.
Yeah, you can be. And it's just like there's so many different nuances to it. But it's like you can genuinely dictate if you're going to get healed or not. If you say today it's going to be okay, I'm going to fucking fight through this and I'm going to fix it and I'm going
Takes
to allow
work.
myself to be held accountable. That's step one.
Actually,
Dude,
it's not even work. It's hell to get cured. But you got to
Yeah.
do it. You got to fight. And people
anybody,
don't. They just give up.
And obviously, I'm an asshole in this situation because I am a victim of that fucking abuse. Because fuck you, I'm going to say it exactly how it is. Because I'm a victim of that abuse, it is very hard for me to say this. But congratulations if you actually do beat it. Because it is fucking hell. And it is so fucking hard listening to people say, oh, you know, you're doing wrong here and here and here and here. But guess what? if they're a genuine person and they're being honest with you and they're telling you the truth and you're being honest to them and you're being vulnerable and they're not fucking running from you, maybe that person gives a shit. And maybe you have the right people around you. So congratulations, because that's so fucking huge.
But yeah,
But
like
it is so
there's
hard to
there's
get
so
there.
many layers to that. That's also why I give like that's why I say like my whole thing about these self-diagnosed things I don't treat as like as serious or like 90% of people aren't really depressed kind of thing. Where like that's a positive encouraging thing. That means you are in control with the possibility of beating it, and you should at least try. I'm not saying this to diminish you. I'm saying this to empower you. You need someone to give you the hard truth, and
Or at
then you have to
least
go through hell.
or at least learn what your fucking body does. Like with my ADHD, there are things where I can hyper focus and be super fucking on top of shit. Like there are crazy things where you're like, oh my fucking god, you have 80 different options of this, and we needed 5. And it's like, yeah, I put 18 hours into something and I had 3 hours I could have put in and I would have killed it at that level too. And it's like, yeah, but I overachieved and it's okay. Sometimes you're going to overachieve in things and you're going to be available to do things in different ways. You should know those things.
Yeah.
You're the person.
But it's too much laziness where people just give up. They're like, I don't want to learn me. I'm autistic. And also going
And
back to things like, you know what else is really hard? Having more than one person in your life, because that's really what it seems like. There's one person that's like, hey, I'm trying to support you and be responsible through this, and then it's 10 other enablers. So like it's hard to find that many good people in your life that can help you get through it. And also good on you if you can curate that and then like manage it down towards 2 enablers and 8 people on your side, and then really trying to fight through it. There's so much
it,
destruction out there from everyone.
it's so hard. Like even people that don't have BPD, finding people that don't want to be enabled and want to like have their shit
That
called
goes
out.
back to my whole mental illness, depression. Put it in your Twitter bio. Oh, I got ADHD, depression, XYZ. And then that's all they tweet about. And then that's all their friends do. And that's all their followers. I mean, are we able to talk about the person that took a picture from the bridge saying it's a pretty view and all that shit that went from that?
I don't even know what you're phrasing. I know where you're alluding to, but I don't know like the
Well,
exact
what I mean
post.
by that is because, like, it turned out they had, like, multiple followers that were effectively just grooming them the entire time and then feeding into their depression, like, making suicide jokes with them leading up to it. And I'm like,
Yeah,
can we talk about that enabling? And that, it's a touchy story for sure, and it is a tragedy, but when you go deeper, it's like, oh, this was a minor that was groomed inside of the community with the same kind of self-affirmation of even self-harm. Self-harm was cheered on by the 5 followers they had, and you could see those interactions in public on Twitter. It's
well,
just right there.
and you even see the same shit with like fat people. The fat people acceptance shit caused people to genuinely get fatter.
Adele, the fat hero that had beautiful talent, goes, wait a second, this is wrong, I'm going to get fit, and loses everyone.
The the better one, the better one. South Park decided to make a joke about Ozempic and created Lizzo. And did you ever see Lizzo's reaction to the South Park episode? Okay, hold on. Talk about Adele for a second. Let me find this
Yeah.
Lizzo
Well,
clip.
it was mostly just that, where it's like whenever you see someone that was fat and kind of got like popular, it's like, oh, look at them. They're just being themselves. They've owned up to who they are, and they could still be successful. They're not a fat, lazy slob. Eventually, they turn around and go, oh my god, I'm a fat, lazy slob. And then they like use their resources and use their success to get better because they're like, wait, this is impacting my performance. I can't sing. I'm unhealthy. I feel sick. I can't be at my peak anymore. They transform themselves, and now all their fans that like gaslit themselves over that, or the entire communities that got together, like fat and proud kind of thing. They're just like, oh, that's like a direct attack on us now. Great, and they don't handle it well. Did I riff monologue it
Sharpest.
enough?
Yep, you
Close.
got it.
Good.
You got
I
it.
saw your screen light up. You found it.
Yep. I know it's off center slightly. I can't change how that works because of the way the fucking shit's cropped, but it is what it is. Unless this works better. Nope, not really. Okay. So
Guys, my worst fear has been actualized. I've been referenced in a South Park episode. I'm so scared. I'm gonna blind. Really? That bitch. I really showed the world.
I must say, when you get annihilated that hard, it would have to have some kind of impact on your life. Bro, when her eyes lit up on constipation, that's not good. That means she's fat and constipated and felt that one personally.
You all see a crazy. This is the crazy thing to me. Here you go. You go to. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Before
insane.
and after Lizzo. Source Lizzo.
Yep.
I can't. South Park bullied her into being thin. This is why we need to bring back bullying.
That was my point. Was like, no, no. There are some times where it actually genuinely works, and Lizzo legitimately proved that it works, while trying to show that it doesn't work.
Hmm.
And it's just like, no, nope. That works.
I didn't even know Lizzo was on that weight loss, and that's like actually a real picture of her from 2025. That's insane. See,
That
like
was
I
just
just
the
knew her.
first picture.
I just knew her as like just the
The fat chick.
unappealing. Yeah, the unappealing fat chick. And I never paid any more mind because she's always going to be the unappealing fat chick. But no, has her audience cooked her over it? Are they just
Oh,
like, no, you
probably.
were the? See, that's what we need. We need to find the Adele backlash similarity.
But yeah, no,
Wow.
it makes you wonder where it's like, okay, the acceptance of everything has made everybody so rounded off and so dull that people don't want to accept that they have to change. And being enabled to the point where you feel like you don't have to change is entirely the entire fucking problem we have entirely in the fucking country. The entire fucking thing. Like, and it makes me just wanna bash my fucking head against the keyboard in Minecraft. It just makes me want to. It makes me
Hmm.
fucking wonder why the fuck this is always the issue, because it is. It's where the entire fucking situation is. Why? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. So this you sent me this week, and this meme was fucking hilarious. It says nobody wants to work anymore. Nobody ever wanted to work at all. We all wanted to be productive, be creative, be part of a community, be supported, be validated, and have time and space to truly rest. No one ever wants to trade in hours of their life to earn necessities. And Gen Z, what are your thoughts on this?
R/Gen Z. So that's kind of like going off of how we ended last week's episode.
Yep.
We're just like, you know what? Just tell us your favorite Reddit that has nonsense in it. Like I said in the beginning of the video, like, comment, subscribe, so we can just make fun of this and we can get 2 hours out of it every week because it's that easy. When it's like, once again, the dismissive, self-defeating, not even giving an attempt. Because pull that back up so I can see the exact phrasing. Like the nobody wants to work anymore, and like, oh, we just wanted this, this, and this. It's like you're now ignoring that every generation was able to do it before you. They were able to still work and then be productive. And that's a crazy thing. If you want to work and you put effort into your life, even if it's like your 9 to 5 day job or something, you then transform that into your productivity outside of it. That you don't need 16 hours a day of welfare and UBI to be able to be creative and have all these things. You work to feed that creativity. You never even attempted that, and that's why you're worthless.
Yeah, and
That's why I
you
wanted
know,
to put this on the episode.
I completely understand where some of their argument is. Should we want to work until we die so that way we have a bigger and bigger box to live in? No. Why the fuck does anybody think that that should be the argument? But also, you shouldn't not have to work. When we don't work, human bodies really don't like that. Like, if you look at retired people, how many retired people do you see as like this healthy, amazing feeling dude or chick?
Mm-hmm.
Half the time they die within like 6, 7 years of them
I
retiring finally.
actually make a big point on that whenever it comes up in conversation, because that's the thing. Like the second you give up, your body just quits.
Yeah.
That you actually cannot stop. That's like, even if you're like, oh, I'm just making it to at 65 for retirement or whatever, and then it's like, and then you feel bad for the Walmart employee that's like 80 trying to greet at the door. It's like they made it to 80 doing that because they still gave themselves purpose in life. Not, I retire, now I'm sitting on the couch with all my money and then they just deteriorate into nothing. Like, you still have to do something. It doesn't mean working. If you're still good enough towards, like, now you have to stay active. Golf until you're 90. Go and do, like, marathons and stuff. You're not going to be as proficient as it, but just fight. Instead of just, like, folding and immediately dying of a heart attack in 3 years on the second you retire.
You can see people give up. Like, when they stop mowing the grass, when they stop doing the things that they're consistently used to doing, they slowly start deteriorating. They start deteriorating mentally. They start deteriorating physically. And it's like they obviously go down in steps, not just because of their age, but if they stay more consistent with the things that they're available to do, they might last longer.
It
Like,
is that
even
thing
for
where it's just
themselves.
like, yeah, 80-year-olds shouldn't be pushing the mower around, but at some points, like, you gotta do something to keep it going to get to that point.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't.
And also, it is like, and also if you gaslight yourself into that, I guess, we're just like, oh, I'm old, it hurts when I do this, and I don't have the strength to do it anymore. You're already like 20% to the grave at that point.
Yeah. Like, do I understand the whole, like, ideology by the left of, like, hey, you shouldn't have to work for food. You shouldn't have to work for power. Those are, like, kind of given things at this point because of the way the world is. Yeah, I understand the argument. But how does that
I'm not
play
even
out
that
in
far.
work?
I'm just like, yeah, you're lucky to be born in such a privileged time.
Absolutely. I don't disagree with that at all. I'm not saying I even disagree with that. I'm like, I'm trying to understand their perspective. And like, okay, I can understand where you're coming from. I could understand where those things would be considered not oh my God, this is something that not everybody should have. No, I could understand where both of those things should be a given. But as a whole, we are still burning resources in order to get those things. Where does that value come from? Should it just be government owned? No, I don't think that's how that works. We've seen Soviet Russia collapsed. We've seen Venezuela collapsed. Okay, can we stop this argument now?
Yeah,
You want to say
turns out
Sweden
you
and Norway?
actually, you have to work to get your things, and then you use the surplus to create and be productive and whatever else you want. But you still gotta work. Don't, like, I think that's where I think the way of explaining mine is, like, just because you have the privilege doesn't mean you have the entitlement to it, and they're just, like, jumping straight to the entitlement for it. I was like,
Like,
oh, well, there's billionaires in the world, so no one should ever starve. It's like, well, sucks to be you. You still gotta work if you want to draw.
like, stupid thing. If they sat there and they put price caps as a percentage of wages, I think most people wouldn't fucking argue. With things like power and food and stuff like that. Oh, your food can only cost this much as a percentage of your income? Yeah, that's fucking math, and I don't feel like mathing at almost midnight. But like, that would make sense.
And then the weird thing is price controls never work, though.
No, absolutely. But like, if you want to sit here and say that a more unique answer is the answer that should be commonly given, okay, I could understand where that comes in. Like, rent controlled housing works, but it also doesn't work in big cities and in big situations and stuff like that. It works at the bottom. Okay, so if I walk into the Walmart and I have to sign in, and like everything that I like, it's a percentage of what I should pay or would have paid or whatever, that might even make sense. But like, can we at least come up with more unique answers than everything should be free? Like, let me spend my credits.
See, that also, like, is a self-report on your laziness that has put you into that mentality, which is why I'm mocking you.
Mocking me? I think I've gotten.
I mean, mocking that post.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say mocking me. Like, no, but like, I've grown.
I'm still
very,
addressing
very
the
far
idiot
from
that
where I
posted
was.
that, because that was the whole part of the segment.
No,
But I gotta
I
mock
was-
you because you didn't catch that.
Yeah, I know. I'm autistic and retarded.
Well, I just watched, like, halfway through that, your brain just kind of stopped. I was like, this should have been a meds day for Zach, maybe.
No, it's the fact that I've been up and I got like 4 hours of sleep. I literally have
You just,
drank
like,
2
checked
energy
out
drinks.
in the middle of that segment, and I watched it live, and I'm just like, this is getting interesting.
Yeah, no. Burnout Zach is always fun, Zach. You can shit on me all you want. It's okay, guys. I love you anyway. It's just some of it feels so fucking brain dead and retarded to me, and it makes me frustrated. Like the other day when you posted the fucking fake butter shit At first, I was like, okay, if they could take the fat, oh wait, nope, that's all butter is fat. And I'm like, so they're not taking the fat content out of butter, they're making fake fat, which they've been doing for a while now with oil, but they made it in a different way. And it's just like, why? Like, what the fuck is this? And it's just like, no.
Well, also another thing is like it's all It's all about finding idiots to me now. Once again, with like the cosmic expansion of my brain over the last decade as I become a sentient adult, is realizing like, oh, this is how midwits function. Like being able to identify midwits is like a fucking superpower right now, and I love it. And then I can see that in all of these discussions about Bill Gates' fake butter because it's always polarized. Like there's idiots on both sides where it's like Bill Gates equals bad or oh, anti-Bill Gates is just MAGA bad kind of thing. But when you look at what this is, do we have the tweet picture?
Yep, I do.
I'm pretty sure everyone's seen the story, but in case you haven't, they're like there's now this new thing where it's like completely synthesized butter. Don't even play it, like just play it without audio so people can like watch the manufacturing of it and stuff.
And this butter breakthrough.
All right. So the thing is, it's like it looks like butter and it tastes like butter and it's just chemicals because everything is chemicals. And that's how you spot the midwit. The midwit says like, oh, look at this idiot that slept through science because they don't realize everything is just carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. But then the next step is, yes, simple fatty acids are just that. And then you can combine that and create an artificial fat. But butter is far more than that. First off, you got other nutrients like calcium in there and stuff, and it needs to be synthesized through the machine of the cow. But also, there's more than just one simple fatty acid. So if you actually listen to that, they say like, oh yeah, we take this and then we stabilize it with lecithin, artificial flavor, and dye. So it's not real butter. And people are treating it like, see, it's just science. Look how good our science is. We can make butter through science. It's just carbon and hydrogen and oxygen because Bill Gates and science. And it's like,
No, you just said the interesting thing that it seems like nobody's say. I didn't sit here and watch the video with audio fully. I'm just completely going off of what you said. So if I'm speaking incorrectly, I'm speaking incorrectly. You said that it's made with sunflower.
Well, I didn't say sunflower, but like it's either soy or sunflower lecithin.
But like either way, oils coming from seeds, which are now openly, very directly on so many different people's opinions, seed oils are bad.
I mean, lecithin's always been seen as like a good thing.
Yeah, but like still sunflower oil, yes,
some
one
processed
of the better oils.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, guys, we're still doing the same thing.
Yeah, so that's mean like the idiots are seeing this and being like, it's futurology, it's futurism. We've literally turned carbon, the bad thing, all the CO2 in the air, we can extract and turn it into literally butter. It's like, no, that's not what it is. It is, we have made a shitty, they say like, oh, we extrude it, it's like a candle. We've turned an artificial candle made out of artificial fat, we've stabilized it through hyper-processing with lecithin, and then we dye it and put flavoring into it until we think it's butter. This is the most carcinogenic thing I've ever heard.
Honestly, if you think that this butter is something that should be edible, I want to sell you on 3D printed cricket burgers.
I just realized what it is. It's that fucking SpongeBob episode where it's just like a gray blob molded into a Krabby Patty and then spray painted over. That's it.
Bill Gates is legitimately plankton. He just is. He has a fucking plan behind him that's running, making the Krabby Patties. He has no idea how to make it. So he just puts gray blob in a mess and then paints it. Motherfucker, you guys are eating 3D cricket burgers. That's what you're doing. Go ahead and eat this shit. I promise you, the IQ of the world will increase because you want to be such
I thought that was actually gonna be somewhere. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if it has an effect like lead, and for every stick of butter, you literally lose an IQ point. But no, the thing is, if you die of cancer from eating that, yeah, everyone gets smarter. Natural selection.
The world will get smarter because you want to eat this shit, and maybe
to own Trump.
Just to be like, ah, fuck.
Look how smart I am. It's science.
Dude, you are just like the people that cheat in video games and boost and everything else and boost other people's accounts and coach other people to make money. And then you complain that, hey, that that's what I make my money on. What do I get afterwards? And then you get this tweet right here. Bam. What do you get? You get the fucking entire creator of the game tweeting you a link to careers at McDonald's because you're a shitter anyway.
I think Zach like fucked up half the setup to that story, but it's okay. We still love him. So the story here is that there's a Riot dev that's not gone rogue, but Riot usually like doesn't have a lot of forward-facing stuff. This dude just decided to start going after streamers and everything, Riot being developers for League of Legends. Like all these streamers complain about the game. He's like, "Okay, so tell me why you feel this way." And then they just can't cuz they're just mad. They don't know why they're mad. They have no productive solutions to it. So this rioter just started coming in and owning everyone while also talking about the future of the game because there was an update where like we're banning smurfing, we're banning boosting, we want all of these cheaters out of League of Legends because it's ruining the game and new players don't want to play our game anymore. So he's kind of been like the face of that, and in response there's a person that's like, but 85% of my income is from boosting. I'm a challenger. I'm literally like the 0.001% of the game, and the only way I can make a living is by having people pay me to give them wins by being the best player in the game. He's like, but if you're going to be canceling that, what do we do? And then that person, who is only a minor dev, he's not like the guy, he's like second tier Rioter, he just tweeted a McDonald's application at him. Because the guy's like, what should I do? Work at McDonald's? That's what he did. So Zach was just kind of like showing that. And also, it was, the cropping on those tweets just doesn't work because it misses like the first quarter of it.
Yeah, definitely gotta have to work.
We gotta
on
fix
it a
that.
little
Yeah.
bit,
It's
but,
close. Good
you know,
job.
it
You made a good thing, Zach. You get a gold star.
There is no way that this dude makes, 30% of his income from boosting fucking
absolutely.
League of Legends.
You get
How many
$20 a
followers
win.
do you think this dude has?
Doesn't matter. You get $20 a win, and you're challenger.
He has 23 followers.
Doesn't matter. He's in Discords. He doesn't have a social media presence. He's in boosting Discords, and they go like, "Oh, this guy's ranked 20." And then it's $20 a win in Master, $30 a win in Master Plus.
So you're saying I got into the wrong game. Okay, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, still couldn't play League of Legends. It looks like ass.
He also offers coaching, so people, $40 an hour.
$40 an hour to tell me how to click a button?
Oh, League's complex. It's actually worth it. It's a professional game with tens of thousands and millions of dollars on the line. It's serious, but yeah.
I know it's serious, but like I don't understand exactly how serious it actually
Bro,
is.
there's a guy called LS who's like all about just the micro of the game. It's like StarCraft level micro. You can fuck up the game irreparably on like the first wave of minions at 1 minute 40 because you clicked in the wrong direction.
I don't know. To me, and this is gonna sound retarded. I don't really care. To me, it is like playing multiplayer RuneScape. It's like you click on these boxes. If you click off of these boxes, you're gonna die, and if you die, you lose the game. And it's like, yeah, that's about what it is. And I know that's probably the most smooth brain answer of what League of Legends is, but I can't get past the fact that it looks so similar to fucking whatchamacallit and everything else that I can't even take the time to play it. I didn't even take the time to play like Unite because I was like, it's probably the same shit. Unite shit. Even though it's still going.
Well, Unite's good. Community was bad. I love the game, but everyone just sucks at it. Because everyone that could be good at it just went, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like
it looks bad. I don't play MOBAs. MOBAs are stupid. Even though in 2013 everyone wanted a Pokemon MOBA because League of Legends was the biggest game, there's no winning. We're in the worst timeline.
Well, honestly, it does make sense. I wanted an open world Pokemon. God damn it. Now we have one. Come on, make it better.
Actually, I feel like there's a weird thing where like the timeline is fixing itself because Skrillex did a DJ set, or not DJ set, he dropped an album on April 1st that had like over a decade old unreleased song on it that everyone's been wanting forever. So like Skrillex just coming back, dropping the hottest set at Ultra, and then doing an April Fool's joke that wasn't a joke release of an album, and now rioters are just like on Twitter fixing the game. Maybe nature is healing.
It's weird how everything's changing.
Oh, also, yeah, the cultural thing is shifting in the other direction too.
Well, did you see the threat that Gavin Newsom also put on Trump the other day?
No.
Like this shit.
Well,
This
which
shit is-
one? It's every other day. Oh, bro, now it fits. Yeah, just gotta do it like that. Just
Okay,
zoom in
that-
until it works with the thing you made.
Yeah. Well, the other one is different. I was using that for videos. I was using this one for videos, but whatever. Wow, tomorrow history will be made. Caroline Levitt will have no answers for supposed fake media about California's beautiful maps. People are saying they are the greatest maps ever created, even better than Christopher Columbus. Also, he used ChatGPT. Funny.
Yo,
Um,
like, yeah, write this as though Donald Trump.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he used ChatGPT, which is funny. Even better than Christopher Columbus. Donald, the failure Trump will be warned. Tomorrow may be the worst day of your life because you missed the deadline. Liberation Day for America. Gavin Newsom. I think that's not why. What?
Gavin's crashing out.
He is. Number one comment. Posted an hour ago. Future POTUS speaks MAGA. I love it. What are you talking about?
That's
That
just
is the
bot.
most non-10. Oh, no. This is the most body bot account I've ever seen. Look at this. Both of them are AI. Like, you can have one as an AI.
That's an
avatar
Indian
of yourself.
engagement farmer, Hundo P.
Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck are you talking about? That's AI video. What the fuck is this? Did I just stumble on a like honeypot? But oh my fucking god, man! Like, makes me just want to crash out. Makes me want to crash out. Cause I don't fucking get it. I don't fucking get it. What in the fuck is this? Oh my fucking god. Also, there was one more thing before you do the infinite energy.
Now we
Gen
got
Z.
we got to open next episode with that. I don't want to
Okay,
bury
well-
such a fucking gold nugget.
Okay. Yeah, we'll save the Gen Z supervillain.
So yeah, like at the end of last week's episode, where I was like, there was this post that I found that was the most absurd thing I've ever seen. And I lost it. I found it. See you guys next week after this story.
So this one, share. Oh shit! Go back to this. Share screen. Here. This. Bam. There we go. Okay. So British cops are now wearing yoga pants and jogging outfits to elicit catcalls and then are arresting men who hit on them. Why in the fuck is this even remotely acceptable?
Because UK is a totalitarian state.
But it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
And the thing is, like, oh, bro, they were in a huge culture war with the immigrants and stuff. It's bad. And now they're trying to just, like, criminalize being a natural UK citizen.
Here you go. This is a quote. We get catcalled. We get honked at. People slow down just to stare or lean out of the window to shout something. It's so common, but it's harassment and needs to be recognized as such. They are literally arresting people for slowing down to look at them. What in the fuck has this world become?
Well, they're trying to catch the dissenters to the New World Order. That's the best way of doing it.
By getting people to catcall them by showing their ass cheeks while they're on duty?
It shows an individualism. It shows actually having, like, just being a person. It's kind of like how public school filters out free will. It just breaks you.
I could understand the positive of this. Let me play devil's advocate for a second. When we were talking about the whole Smash shit and saying that Smash is getting smashed and Smash Con is garbage, you know, we were saying, okay, we need to get rid of the dissension and get rid of the fucking weirdos and everything else. That's what this does. So I understand where they're coming from, but like honeypotting it is not the answer.
I don't
Why not
consider
just,
catcalling degenerate or weirdo. That's just how our species does a mating call. Oh, oh.
I absolutely agree, but like if they're saying, okay, this is unacceptable,
It
then
shouldn't
why
be.
aren't they getting rid of the people that are fucking naked in public?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Their culture war. Because if an immigrant catcalls him, they're not going to arrest him. They want to get that old gruffy UK white guy that's got some fight in him. That's all it exists
I
for.
just
That's the honeypot.
I don't get it. We got unattractive fucking English police being catcally and everything else. Guys, we'll see you fucking next episode with the Gen Z supervillain